Hi, today's video I want to discuss with you loan to values on your buy-to-let properties. So what is a safe amount of leverage or gearing to have on your buy-to-let property? So let's start with one example. So you've got one property, somebody might want 50-50. So 50% loan to value, so the bank put in 50% and then you have 50%. Now some people that are very risk averse would typically have this type of gearing. And somebody who's not aggressively growing their portfolio, they're perhaps at a point where they want to start paying down debt and have a lot of equity in the portfolio, which is good. And from a capital adequacy point of view, having 50% equity in your portfolio is a very good, safe place to be. The next example's the extreme opposite, 80-20. So there are some lenders that will gear or allow you to loan to value up to 80% of the property's value and you put in 20%. Now in my early days when I was very aggressive at building my portfolio, this is some of the gearing I had on my properties. But the safest and the sweet spot between the two that I personally go for and I feel is very safe, but also importantly allows me to create leverage and leverage my funds, is 75-25. So the bank lend 75% of the property's value and I have 25% equity in there. So that's me personally, that's my risk profile. I like that because if house prices come down, as we know, house prices are cyclical, and if house prices come down and fall, it's very unlikely they're going to drop 25% or more, which could cause a problem with the banks. The banks can call loans in potentially if the values drop below a certain equity level. So it's something to bear in mind. In the last crash, by the way, that didn't happen, mainly in the commercial arena. If those values drop, then it's very common for the commercial banks to come back and ask for you to top the difference up. So don't think if there's a property crash they're going to come knocking on your door asking you to pay the loan back or to top it up, but that could potentially happen, but it didn't happen in the last crash. So it's something to bear in mind, but the good thing to remember is in the last crash, in the areas we operate in, nothing fell by more than 20%. So this is why I feel it's a very safe gearing to be at. But if you're at 80-20 and the market came down, then it could put you at risk. And so if you're wanting a sweet spot and you're growing your portfolio, then this is the place to be. If you're at a point where you've built a very big portfolio and you're perhaps coming up to retirement, you want to pay down some of your debt, then this is probably more where you want to be with a 50-50. So that's my take on leverage and keeping it safe. 75-25 is my preferred sweet spot between the two.